Hey folks, welcome back to another video. You join me in the long grass down by the river. It is flipping lush out here. There'll be a bit of drone footage somewhere. Don't know if it'll be at the beginning or during this bit of chat, but somewhere along the lines there will be. It was kind of too nice not to, really. I'm pretty sure the boy will make a guest appearance any minute. He's kind of swimming around and then running around. Guarantee he's going to run in front of the camera and shake or something. You might be able to tell from the way I'm dressed. I'm on an ML assessment. I'm just coming up to camp. I thought I'd do a quick chat. Part of the ML assessment is doing some night nav, and we do night nav on the assessment to simulate poor visibility, really. So if you're on your assessment and you've had a week of really bad visibility in the cloud all the time and you haven't been able to see much, then chances are your night nav won't sort of take too long. If however if the weather was like this all the time and it's been like proper sparkly sunshine, I told you the boy would come, not sure if he's in shot yet. If it has been sort of sparkly sunshine and visibility has been no drama at all, you'll probably do a bit more sort of night nav. So there's a bit of a balance to be had. What we're looking for is just people who can navigate in any weather. It's not because we expect ML people to be going out and doing night nav all the time, far from it, although you might occasionally. So I thought I'd just do a few top tips about night nav. I don't think I've done a video specifically on it before, but it all blurs into one a little bit. I just couldn't resist doing a video in this weather, sort of making the most of it. Sort of 1st of October today. It's insane how quick this year's gone, but there's probably not many warm days like this left. So the night nav, you're going to be out for a few hours and you're going to lead some legs and you're going to relocate on some legs. And perhaps relocating is the harder bit actually. But I'll come on to that in a minute. I often think that night nav is kind of more simple than daytime nav, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But I don't mean easier, I just mean more simple, because there's less interpretation to be done of the contours and all the other sort of features on the map and that, because you can see a lot less. I feel like at night it's just best to revert to the sort of maths side of navigation, where you're walking on a set distance, on a set direction. Perhaps you're going from A to B, perhaps you're going from A to B to C. If the target that you're going to is really small, think of things like attack points. Is there a bigger feature near it? So you might use that as point B and go there first, and then just a little short bit to find your tiny target, ring contour, re-entrant, whatever it might be. So I want the sort of tactics to reflect that, really. So I just expect on night nav, which is what I do, is every time I get given something, I come up with a quick plan, not a quick plan, just take your time plan actually, but I come up with that plan and just revert to the simple stuff of bearings and pacing. Of course you're still going to have a look around. The brighter your head torch the better, but if you can revert and be solid on those bearings and solid on those pacings, if you actually put those into practice, when you get there, you just got to be there, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? But only if you've practiced enough. If you're no good at pacing, that's going to be really hard, isn't it? So make sure in your consolidation period that you do get out at night or in really bad viz. Don't just go out on the nice days. It's really easy to go out on the nice days like this and have a nice day and then think when it's raining, just go to the cafe, or I won't bother going out. You've got to put that effort in the appropriate weather conditions, I reckon. Like I say, when you get there, still look around, milk the environment for all the information possible. Have a good look around as well. You don't have to stay rooted on the spot just shining your torch. You can go some meters this way, that way, or whatever. On the ML assessment, it's not like there's ever a massive rush. We don't want you to take all flipping night, obviously, but we want you to sort of get all the information and then say, yes, we're here, and you're more likely to come up with the right answer. And the tactics are just key for this. I've used that word already, but the people I see doing well have solid tactics. Funnily enough, the people I see struggling on the night nav tend to come up with poor tactics and perhaps change their mind partway through legs. Sometimes we have to because things don't quite work out. But once you've come up with that set of tactics, try and stick with it. Don't get sort of distracted by other things happening. I'm sat by a stream. Hand railing, that's a great thing at any time of day for navigation, is it? But at night, so again, if you go into that small contour feature, perhaps, can you handrail a stream until a set point, perhaps a junction or something? So use the nice obvious stuff as absolutely as best you can and get as close to those features as you can, and then do the real small super fine nav. If I'm honest, I'd probably rather be leading the legs at night, because you come up with those tactics and away you go. But you will be relocating as well, remember. There might be 4 of you in that team, so you're relocating more times than you're actually leading. This is a useless tip for actual real world navigation, but when the leader goes off, you're probably not going to know where they're going, you don't know their target, so just hang back a little bit and take a bearing on them and let them go a little distance, not disappearing off into the mist, and they won't let you do that hopefully, because you've still got to manage the group. But as they're going off a little bit, take that bearing on them, and then you've got like a heads up, haven't you? It only works if obviously they're walking in the right direction and stuff, and on a straight line, I mean. But it's a great bit of information for you, isn't it? That you've immediately got a direction. And then what are you going to do? What else do you need? I've said already, as well as the direction, you need a distance. So that's your pacing stuff, isn't it? So it's not really a place for chatting and having, a merry evening. It's a place for kind of getting your head down a bit. So you're taking that bearing off them, and when you're following, you're counting the steps and measuring out those 100 meters and stuff. So actually, as long as they've been accurate on their bearing and not wiggled around and stuff like that, which makes it much harder, you've immediately got a really good idea of where you're going to be, haven't you? Play the game a bit and milk the information in that sense. So that's just another set of tactics for following, isn't it? But again, still have a good look around when you get to your sort of final destination and that person says, right, yeah, we're here. No rush on the ML assessment, right? My other kind of top tips for the night nav are nothing to do with navigation actually. It's just in terms of looking after yourself. Make sure you've had that nice hot meal with loads of calories in it. Make sure you've had hot drinks and stuff like that if the weather dictates you need to be staying warm and that. If it's like middle of the summer and it's red hot, just make sure you're hydrated enough. Your body works better physically, but also mentally if you're taking care of yourself. So make sure you get plenty of sleep. Make sure you eat and drink well. It's really flipping important. Depending upon the time of year, dictates what time you'll end up going out for night nav. June, you're going to be going out quite late, aren't you? Because it's not really dark till maybe 11:30 or something. So get your head down for a bit, have a bit of a power nap. One of my luxury items when I'm out doing this kind of stuff is a pair of headphones. So if anyone else is up being a little bit noisy, people don't tend to be that noisy on MLs to be honest, but all the wind's blowing and flapping your tent, the river's distracting you because it's really noisy or something, put your headphones in, put your head down for a bit, get a power nap, wake up refreshed and raring to go, and sort of just keep yourself warm and everything like that. Really important to look after yourself. Remember what the award's for as well. It's for taking other people out, so you've got to look after yourself, because you're actually, when you're using the award, going to have to be looking after other people, so you've got to be in a good state yourself to be able to do that. It just needs practice, the night nav. Really, in that consolidation, like I say, hammer out lots of bearing and pacing work in poor visibility, whether that's rubbish weather or at night. Don't have to be going for ages. They don't have to be QMDs either, do they? They can just be time on the hill, getting those legs in and practicing loads. And when you're consolidating, perhaps have an app on your phone like the OS Maps or the View Ranger, so you can do your accurate bit, and you can trace it as well. You can press sort of start and it'll record your leg and it'll show you if your bearing was straight. It'll show you if you walked the right distance, and the little X marks the spot shows you if you're in the right place as well. So don't rely on it, that's key. Do your proper nav, justify where you're there when you are there, like 3 solid points that say yes, we must be here, but then double check on your View Range or whatever you're going to get, especially if you're going out on your own. I think that's a really useful tool. Well, that brief video, I think it was brief anyway. I do, you know me, I like to waffle, but I hope it was useful. We obviously run loads of ML trainings and assessments and refreshers, so you can always get in touch if we can help on that side of things. And do fire away with any questions. I say this every time, but I'm happy to answer as best I can. So drop a comment below or whatever. And find us on Insta, find us on Facebook, visit the website for ML dates and all that kind of jazz. Click that like button, smash the subscribe button. It's all massively appreciated. Well over the 4,000 followers now. Mind blowing, as I say every time as well. I'm going to keep saying it because it is still mind blowing. Thanks very much for watching. More videos coming up very soon.